Yeah, first I want to say, congratulations to LMU on a great year. I thought they're a really tough team, really well coached. I thought they did a lot of things that, presented major problems. Their middles were so tough. We just really couldn't do much against them. So I just congratulate them on a great year and the coaches on a job well done. We're excited with that win because we think that was a really important win against a good team. And love the environment. Love the crowd. Loves how many fans, the students we got. I thought that was really neat, and that was a cool atmosphere to have for playoffs. And really proud of our group for being how tough they are, and go ahead and getting this thing off right.
Questions?
I'll start. This is for Colby and Brooke. When you guys kind of went out there in the first set, there was a little bit of too many errors. Not the cleanest volleyball we've seen you play. Do you feel like some of that was just nerves? I know you're still playing at home, but playing in the tournament. Do you feel like you were getting some of those nerves out in the first set and find your rhythm then in the second?
Yeah, for sure. I think there's always some nerves in the tournament, and I mean, there are a couple players who've never been in the tournament, never played a match in the tournament. So just getting those nerves out and just being a team and seeing how we handle that pressure, I think it did take a second, but at the same time, really great plays that we were having. Like, I think we got into it pretty well.
Stayed pretty consistent. Yeah, I would agree, definitely, especially for me. Last year I was redshirting, so it was like my first time ever being out there during the tournament. So it took a little time to adjust, but I think we did a really good job.
Matt said I think you said you thought it was an important win, and obviously the implications are obvious, but was there more to that? Why you thought an important win?
Yeah, I think there's always adversity that you have to overcome as a group, and I think we faced some, and there's some uncertainty in the lineup, and everybody was able to play, which was great. But it's just our group is real tough. It's a really tough group, and I mean I know this one shows you, and they all follow that lead. And again, I'm just proud of them for how much it means to them. How much it means to them to be good and represent the university the way they do, and so I'm just proud of the group.
Yeah, your depth has allowed you to play kind of matchups throughout the year. I mean, why was leaning on Colby as much as you did tonight the right call? And obviously, what was it like to see her perform the way she did?
Yeah, I mean, I've said all year we're so blessed to have 4 great middles. And Reagan's been hurt. Chiari's done a great job. Carson was hurt. Colby's been hurt. They've all kind of had their timeout, so then the other person's had to step up. But I think right now we have Carson, Colby, and Chiari that are all healthy finally. At the same time, and so that they are all a little bit different, which I've said before. And Colby just does a really great job with block touches, and they run a really fast offense. They try to work the block a ton. So I thought maybe we didn't need the offense as much with Chiari, generally what she's been bringing. We needed Colby's blocking presence more, and boy did she deliver. And she had some really nice swings on top of that too. So that was great to see.
Colby, just your thoughts on that, just kind of being called upon and performing the way you did.
Yeah, definitely. I've been working every day, and we all push each other really hard, whether we're on the A side or B side. We all just want to make each other better, and definitely being called upon was amazing, and I just wanted to make sure I could do everything for the team that I could, and whether that was blocking or hitting, whatever I needed to do.
So hosting the regional rounds, how did it feel to hear those "Let's Go Dub" chants? This is for all 3 of you.
Do it.
I'll start. I have said it multiple times this year that playing in Matthew Knight Arena has been one of the most special experiences. I think we have broken our attendance record on average in the 5 years I've been here, and I've said this a lot too, but in the Stanford match was the first time I really felt like the presence and how important it is playing in our arena, and you could see that by our record. So just hosting the first 2 rounds, playing at home, is just a massive leap and a huge advantage for our team.
Yeah, it gives us a ton of energy, which is really great. Just coming out after warm-ups and seeing the crowd and everything, it really pumps you up and gets you ready to go.
I mean, I think, that's what college sports is about, is the student-athlete engagement on the floor to the stands. And I just think that, the fans from around town were great. And that was a great showing. But extra special finals, you got finals going on right now. It's a busy time. We went out around campus and we were recruiting, and they showed up and they had fire and they had energy and they were into it. And I think, again, I've just been asking, like, this is such a great group to watch. That if you come, I think you're going to fall in love with watching Oregon play volleyball. And I think they did. And so maybe we got some new people here, that saw it for the first time. And I think, they all said they're going to come back. And the ones that have seen it before, I think they just continue to gain an appreciation for how great our female student athletes are.
earlier in the third set was kind of back and forth. I think of your first 12 points in that set, Mimi had 6 kills. I mean, I think you kind of knew going in she'd probably handle this environment okay, but just thoughts on how she performed in her tournament debut.
Yeah, I think both coaches, we were trying to find different matchups, and we were both unsuccessful in that, which we joked about at the beginning of the match. And we finally got so then Brooke had a nice matchup, and she was scoring for us early on, and then we got the matchup with Mimi in the third, and so I think she carried more of a load there. But they both had a great offensive match. But I think, again, what makes us tough is that you can't just lean on one. I think, you have to really respect everybody. But Brooke and Mimi out of the back row, again, you can't load up defensively on one hitter in the front row because then we'll get you there. So, and I think that's something that does make us a little bit different than other teams.
Looking ahead, you were scouting Arkansas a little bit before your match. What did you kind of see? Maybe some matchups you liked?
Yeah, a team that wins a lot. I think they're pretty confident. I thought they played with a lot of confidence. I think they serve aggressively, very solid blocks. So, I think they do everything well. They're in a 6-2, so a little bit bigger block everywhere. I think they pass well. They got some really dynamic and exciting players, and I think it's going to be a really tough match, but it should be. You're trying to go to the Sweet 16, and that's what we expect, and we're happy to be home to play them.
You guys were able to hit over 400% in 2 out of the 3 sets that you played. What was really working on offense? Was it the matchups that you were mentioning or something more?
Well, our percentage for the year is just right around 300. So, that's a little bit better than what we typically do. And I thought actually just the second set dip was we were just unaggressive. I thought we just started tipping the ball more and we were trying to be more conservative. And that's not us. We're a high octane offense. You got to go. And if we get blocked, we make an error next time. We'll keep going. And I think that's how we've been all year, and that's what's made us successful. So I thought serving in the second set and our attacking in the second set, I thought we just kind of got cautious. And that's not our best self. So I liked our response in the third. Again, we only had 2 hitting errors in the second. We needed a few more hitting errors than that. And we had 4, and then, we missed a few more serves, but it was more aggressive. And that pressure that we just keep on opponents when we do that I think it breaks them down over time.
When Matt was talking this week about the last couple of tournament appearances, he talked about kind of not liking the look he saw in your guys' eyes at times. What was your sense tonight? When you looked at your teammates, what was the look you saw about just readiness, whatever?
I think it's really encouraging because I didn't see anything different than what I've seen the second half of conference play. We went in there, I think, confident, ready to go, just really focusing on our side of the net and looking in everyone's eyes. It was just the exact same, which is so encouraging for us because in the past, we get a little high anxiety, like we're up in our seat, we're making errors that we don't usually make. And it's okay to get some nerves out, like we were saying before, but we got out of it and just very happy with the eyes that I saw.
Seems like they were playing a rotation defense on you, as you guys were as well playing a rotation defense. How did you feel like as a hitter it was to play against that defense? How would you grade yourself, and how well do you think you guys played rotation against them?
I think for an outside, I think Mimi saw it more because she tried to go high line a few more times, but they have a triple block mostly any out of system ball. And so that's not something that we've seen. We've seen maybe a couple triple blocks, but it's very consistent on their side. And so we looked before where their defense was. We know the setter was up and kind of split the back 2 court, but I think it took us a little bit to adjust to that specifically, just because seeing a triple block is tough. And that's where the unaggressiveness came in sometimes, but it's like he was saying, we have more hands to swing at and less defenders in the backcourt. So just being aggressive, hitting the block, getting it back there. I think it took us a little to adjust, but for us, I think we did pretty solid. They maybe scored on the line once or twice, but yeah, solid from our end.